Hey guys, Eric at SideQuest Comics, and convention season is starting. It's late February here in the Midwest, so the winter is lifting and the cons are starting, and it's time to get some comic books. Today I'm at the Kenosha Comic Book and Collectibles Show. This is in Kenosha, Wisconsin, at the Doubletree Hotel and Conference Center. So we're here, first time of the year for a con. Hasn't been one since, I think November was the last one before the holidays. So let's go inside and see if we can find any comic books for runs, or maybe some dollar books, or maybe some big books. I don't know what we're going to find, so let's go inside and find out.
I would argue NBC and CBS led the popularity of over-the-air television. She's making more money out of parts. I don't know the COVID thing. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, you know, so then you have SEC, Big Ten, whoever they can make. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I got it. So, my comic shop. Oh, no, it was a blank. Yeah, I saw it. There's so much chicanery. Remember, I said it's all. That's why you come to the show. That's it. Maybe not.
James Cameron, and yeah, it's a numbered piece. So it's the script is itself a facsimile, but the signatures are all real. I got a problem. And it's all the Star Wars guns and stuff.
Where'd you get the
Ooh. I had the certificate in the drawer. I can't remember that. It was a custom. I think I got through that. Yeah.
Can we actually make
It wasn't. It was all off. You know, it was real metal. It was real metal. So, I mean, there's probably some
Out of the light. Alright, man. Sorry, anyway. I smile at people. I try to be friendly, you know, but some people just don't.
It's crazy.
Is that Hulkamania? Oh my god, it is. All right, guys, all set with the Kenosha show. I ended up getting a little bit of a stack here with some cool older books, and we'll head home and I'll show you guys what I picked up. All right, guys, there you have it. There's a little peek into some of the filming from the first con I went to this year. Now, I recorded this a little whiles back, so I'm just now getting to the this portion of the video. But that is the Kenosha Comic Book and Collectibles show at the Doubletree in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Like I said, this was the first one for the year. They usually do it about 4 times a year. Let's see, the next one's going to be in May, the end of May, and then it's September. So if you're in the Northern Illinois area, you want to check them out. You can check them out on their. They have a Facebook page. That's the Gurnee Comic Book and Collectibles show. So it used to be held in Gurnee, Illinois. But yeah, they usually have 4. I don't think they were able to lock down their date for November this year. It's early in the year. It may change. But yeah, it was a good first show for the year. There was a good turnout for vendors. And as you saw in some of the video, it was really packed with customers too. And I tried to get more footage this time than I think I did the last time I did this back in the fall, and show the variety of what the vendors had. There's some really neat stuff there. Unfortunately, actually, some of the vendors, for some reason, I did not film. I still struggle with that. The smaller shows, I feel like I'm kind of intruding on the vendors if I film. A lot of times I do ask. Sometimes I want to look through what they got because they got good stuff, right? So, but that was just a taste of what they had. Some of the books I got were in those videos. So let's go ahead and jump in to what I got. But before I do that, if you guys could give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment afterwards what you guys think of these pickups. And if you haven't noticed, I got a new hat today. I had a little shout out to my son who picked his college. So good old dad, being the good dad, is going to start wearing his college hat. So anyway, let's get to some comic books. Okay, so I want to start with, like, early in the video footage, I showed a table with a bunch of comics. Now, this is something that I think the organizer is the one that does this, and people sometimes, I think, donate, is they just put a big spread of free comics to for anybody to grab. I think a lot of times what happens is the kids grab them because they see a character they recognize. A lot of times they just sit there, and then people like me come and scoop them up at the end of the day because they want to get rid of them. Basically, it's overstock, I think. So I grab some of the stuff. I always do. I tend to look through and see if there's anything. And one of the things, I'll go through these real quick. The free comics I got was this one. It's Adam Strange and a mashup of Future Quest. This was a Hanna-Barbera mashup that they did a couple years ago. I think I featured the Aquaman Jabberjaws on the channel in a previous video. So I grabbed that one. And speaking of Aquaman, I did grab some Aquamans. I have like the B covers of these. So I got number 2 from the Rebirth series, and I have number 4. So I did not have the A covers for these, so I grabbed those. And then I don't know if these are any good, but I got Angela, Asgard's assassin. Now, if any of you guys know, this was a character originally in Spawn. There was a dispute between the character, the writer, the character creator, and Todd McFarlane. I think in the end, the writer ended up, winning the rights to the character. So he took it into Marvel, ended up appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. So yeah, Angela is now an Asgardian. So yeah, picked them up. We'll see what this series is like. I mean, this is 5 and 6. I'm kind of jumping in the middle, but we'll see. And then lastly, I did grab this one just because of the cover. I think it's a cool cover. Is that Alex Ross? I think this is Alex Ross did this cover. I'll have to double check on that, but it's just a cool cover of Lady Thor, Jane Foster. So yeah, cool cover, just a cover grab. But let's go ahead and get into some of the books I actually bought. So there's quite a few vendors. As you saw in the overview, it looked like just about every space was filled up. This is a one-day event thing. It's usually, I think it starts at 10 and it goes to about 3. And it usually tends to trail off towards, after 1 o'clock. But I was very excited to see that I was there pretty much all day this time. And I was able to there was so much to go through that's partly why I didn't film everything. I think is I wanted to get through everything. But one of the dealers there, their name escapes me, but he always has a bunch of like long boxes full of like $2. And usually when you spend a certain amount, he gives you some, a couple bucks off. So you like getting a freebie type of thing. But he ended up helping me finish off a run. So the run that I finished off was King Conan. Originally started as Conan the King, changed to Conan the King, only ran for about 10 years. And I needed 51 through 55, all from like 1989. Now, this, like I said, was the last 5 I needed. So I ended up getting number, I'll show you really quick. Here's 51. Okay. Try to show these off without too much of a glare. Got 52 here. And I mean, no significant artist. The artist for this was, let's see, Jeff Urshwood was the artist, and it had some different writers on it right at the end here. Number 53, kind of cool cover with some zombie necromancer type of stuff going on there. 54. And then lastly, final issue, number 55. So yeah, I think the Conan the Barbarian, the main title was still going. I think it went on for a couple more years. So I guess Marvel just decided at this point, late 80s, they didn't need 2 swords and sorcery comics. I think they were kind of fading out of popularity. So, but yeah, finished my run there with that one. Next up here, I have, this was probably where I got the bulk of my comics at the show, and the vendor actually gave me a pretty good deal just because I did get a lot. So I'm going to start off with, he had some dollar bins, and the dollar bins, he actually had them at half off. So I went through them. There wasn't a whole lot that I really wanted or needed. So some of these I just picked up because I thought, oh, that's a cool cover. And this one that I'm going to show you here, I think might actually be one of my oldest comics. And that one's this one, Classic Illustrated Junior, number 519. Now, this is 1957 is when this came out. I think I've picked up some of these Classic Illustrated before because, they're those classic stories that we kind of grew up, listening to in school and stuff. But this one is the Tall Tale of Paul Bunyan. I always was fascinated with Paul Bunyan growing up. So that was a big reason I got this. I just think it's weird, though. he doesn't have a beard because he's a lumberjack. You know, that's all the stories I've known of him. He's a lumberjack. He's the lumberjack. So really cool. I was always fascinated with this tall tale character. So yeah, I had to pick it up. And then I also picked up in the dollar bin this one. Thought it was a cool cover. This is Marvel Superheroes Volume 1. And this is number 56 from 1976. And this is actually a reprint of Hulk 102. Hulk 102 was came out in like, I think it was 67. And it was basically a restart of the Incredible Hulk series. You know, originally it started in the early 60s, 63, and went for a couple issues. And then it switched. And it was like a double story with Namor and I think Ant-Man and stuff like that. So I thought this was cool. It's good, neat way to get that early story. I really like some of these reprints, like Amazing Adventures is another one that did a lot of reprints from, you know, the Silver Age and stuff like that. So yeah, this was a cool reprint to pick up. And side note, since getting this back in, you know, a couple weeks ago, I did find the original, but that's for another video. But yeah, good, cool pickup, different art too from the original. So yeah, had to get it because it was a cool cover. Okay, so now at that dealer, we'll start to get to some of the books that I was grabbing out of his just priced as marked type of bins, but he would total them up and he did give me a break on some of these. So the prices you're going to see on these aren't what I really paid. So recently I started getting this title because of what's on the comic rack. It's all new Doomsday #1. This is early John Byrne artwork, is mid 70s. So this came out 76, and this is #5 that I needed for it to run. It's a 12-issue run. And then I also got this one, which is #7. Now, #7 is kind of weird. This one came out in 78. So what's that, 2 years, 3 years after I think #1? I think there was some kind of a gap in there. And #7 actually reprints #1. I don't know if they thought they needed to remind people or what, but yeah, this was written by Jay Gill, John Byrne, early artwork. I need 2 more to finish this run, 8 and 9, which I've been hunting for them, but being that it's you know, Charlton, I might have a hard time finding it. I was actually surprised to see these because it was just a week before that I got, you know, a nice big chunk of these. I may have to go to my comic shop. I don't know. So I know they're on there. We will see. I'm going to try and keep hunting because I like to find them in the wild, but we'll see. And next up, I found in the box this one. I have #1 of this one, and it's Pacific Presents The Rocketeer by Dave Stevens. This is #2 from 1983. And I have #1, like I said. So this was a cool big cover. It's kind of a low grade. It's not, you know, a high grade. So, you know, he had it listed for $5. It's not a big key, but I thought it's a cool first cover with Cliff Secord on the cover there. And, you know, you have the shadow of, you know, the Rocketeer superhero. So, and usually, you know, Dave Stevens is known for the ladies when his artwork. So it's very rare that you see him drawing, you know, the heroes. So I picked that one up, gave me a good deal in the bundle. And then some more digging, I found this one. I'm still digging and trying to work my way down on this one. It's #50, Tomb of Dracula. This came out in 1976. Now, the big key for this is the first time, can you believe it? Dracula fights Silver Surfer. Kind of iconic moment. Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan are the creators on this book. And yeah, this was it was one of those big books that I needed to fill my gaps. You know, it's average price, $10, but you know, got a little bit. It says it's good, very good, but I think it's actually kind of undergraded there. As I look through it, it's got real nice shine to it, and it's a real clean copy. So yeah, #50 of Dracula facing off against the Silver Surfer. Speaking of the Silver Surfer, I've been chasing this one for a while. It's Silver Surfer #1 of 1. This is volume 2 from 1982. This script was by Stan Lee, plots by John Byrne, art by John Byrne. This was one I've been trying to find for a while. I don't even actually remember what I paid for this one, but yeah, I've never seen it in the wild, and I know a lot of people are finding it, and I was like, man, I need to get that one because I have a lot of Silver Surfer, and I'm still working on volume 3. There's a lot of those high numbers in that one that I'm having problems finding, but this one I needed. I needed volume 2, right? This is volume 2, to to kind of just fill them in, and I just wasn't finding this one. But just the classic cover John Byrne did there is really cool. It presents so cool. It's so different from the comics. It doesn't have the little in the corner the Spider-Man face or even the bars for newsstand. So very cool addition to the collection. Nice to say that this volume's done now. Finally, from this vendor, I picked up 2 Defenders. I got, let's see, number 55 and 58. They were basically run fillers for me. Nothing super big about these issues, just cool covers. 55 came out in 1977 and 58 came out in 78. So very cool fillers that I had to have. I'm getting closer and closer to completing this one. And this one, right, I got this one actually at the end of the show. It was a vendor that I passed by when you first walk in because he was really busy. So I couldn't get in there. So on my way out, I was actually on my way to get a different book at the vendor that I just got those comics I just showed you at. He had a wall book that I really was interested in getting. Hopefully he still has it when I go back. It was actually a Dr. Doom cover that I don't have, but nobody was at that one vendor. So I started going through because he was having a sale. It was like 20% off, I think is what he was doing. And thumbing through, I found this one. I'm picking up these Prince Namor, the Submariner series. And I thumbing through, I was like, okay, it's got Dr. Doom on it, which is what I was going to get. And Submariner, who I'm a fan of the super villain team up these guys were running in that. But this is number 20 of Submariner, 1969, written by Roy Thomas and John Buscema. I'm a big fan of John Buscema. He did Conan. He did, volume 2 of Wolverine in the beginning. I like his style. I actually started getting some different series that John did, like Tarzan. I've been starting to get Tarzan, and it only ran for like 30 issues, but I love his art style. So this one jumped out right at me. I was like, right away, I knew, I have to have this. You can see $40. He had a sale. So, it knocked off, I think he gave me a little bit more too. So I think I only paid like $30 for this one. But yeah, just basically it's a Doom cover. That's why I got it. And it's super clean. I opened it and looked at it. Everything looked really nice. Just in this, it looks good with the colors and stuff. So yeah, couldn't resist this one. Okay, guys. Now in this one, I was super excited to go through this dealer's boxes. I've seen him there plenty of times. I've gotten some pretty cool mid-grade books. Most of his books are like mid-grade to lower. He does have some higher grade books, but the prices are pretty good price for what they are, So what I ended up getting from him, and this one actually, I think he just threw in because of what else I bought. And I've been looking for this one just because of the cover, but it's New Avengers number 35. This is from volume 1, and this came out 2007. Now, I wanted to get this, as you can see, because it is Wolverine and he's Venomized. If I'm saying that right, I guess that would make sense. This is Linnell Francis Yu that did the cover here. Cool cover with, Venom Wolverine. I had to get it. If I never get any of the other series, I'm happy with this one right here. These next couple books here, the last books for me for this video, are the highlights of the show for me. And this was one I've been looking for a while. I saw this same book at this dealer, and I was kicking myself back in the fall for not picking it up when I saw it. But this is the first appearance of Mera in Aquaman number 11. Now, this came out in 1963. Jack Miller was the writer, and the artist is Nick Carty. Yeah, like I said, it's not the highest grade. But you know what? That's okay with me. I can still read the story. I can enjoy it, and I didn't, pay out my wallet type of thing super bad. My wallet's not hating me. And I can always upgrade if I really, really want to. I can always upgrade. I think it did. No, this one I looked through it. I mean, the spine is pretty rough, but everything's solid. It's holding together. I don't have to worry about it falling apart when I'm looking through it. I just wanted to enjoy it. It was high on the list for me. I think there's two other ones in Aquaman that are high on the list, and it's Ocean Master first appearance and Black Manta first appearance. Don't know which order I would rather have those, but I want them. Anything else is just like I'll get them when I see them type of thing. So yeah, that is Mira's first appearance right there, Aquaman. And going along with that one, they had this one in the bins. I think this seller also just threw this in because I got it. It's a late Aquaman number 57. This came out in actually 1977, so quite a ways from that one. And this one is, let's see, 60 was the last issue. So this is almost right at the end there when they, they ended that long run of Aquaman in his regular series. But yeah, had to get this one. Jim Aparo was the artist, and it's written by David Michelin. I'm probably saying that one wrong, but yeah, had to get it for the run. It was only a couple bucks. So, and like I said, I think he just threw it in there. And finally, I got this book. It's a Green Lantern book. It's an old one, but from volume 2, number 40 from 1965. Now, when I was first going through some of he had some shorter boxes that had some more of the higher end type of stuff. And this one was in there, but man, oh man, was it loved. I mean, I think it was detached here and there. All this white was not white. And I thought it was a really cool book. And actually, if I remember right, the other one I looked at, it had a bunch of scribbles. Somebody was drawing pictures and graffiti on the back wall there. So, but then right before I was getting ready to check out, I looked up at his wall of books. He had another copy of this up there. So I asked to see it. This one was way better copy. Yeah, it was a little bit more, but it was cleaner looking. It just presented. I mean, look how nice that presents, guys. The colors are really nice. It looks like it's in good shape. I mean, it does say it has a loose center fold in there. It's there though, right? So, and the guy was kind of concerned that I would be concerned by that. I'm not. I don't mind. It's just, it presents so good that I was happy with this one versus the other copy. And this one, let's see, it does have some keys. This is the first Corona, origin of the Guardians of the Universe and Infinite Earths. So kind of a big book. And I think this might be the first time that Alan Scott was in the Silver Age. I would have to double check on that one, but just the fact these two are squaring off, I thought was pretty cool too. It's the two generations, coming together type of thing. So I thought that was neat. Wanted to have it for the Green Lantern collection. It's a run that I've always liked, but I'm not super actively pursuing. So when I see them and they're kind of key books or, the price is right type of thing, I'm going to pick it up. So, well, that's all I got for you guys today for this video from the Kenosha Comics and Collectibles show, the first one of the year. So I am looking forward to going back later in the year, see if I can find some more cool pickups there. Let me know down below, you guys. Did you like some of the old vintage stuff that I picked up there and found? Or maybe, I got some pretty good deals digging in the one seller. Actually, a couple sellers there and finishing runs off. Let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget to please give me a like and a subscribe. And also, like I said, give me a comment down below. What do you think was a good find? What was your favorite, actually? And while you're at it, please head over to Instagram. Give me a follow over there. I'm posting weekly. I try to do daily posts there, but I have a lot of theme posts that I do there. And sometimes when I have new videos drop, I will put up a little reminder there so you can check out some of the older books that I got. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me for this video. And while you're out there hunting for your cool vintage stuff or digging in those bins to try and fill some runs, happy questing, and we'll talk to you next time, guys.